Shane and Luan deserve their own shoe? Yes, I do. I think Shane and Luan are the greatest skaters in the world right now. I think P-Rod is one of the greatest skaters. Eric Costin, Chris Cole. There's something coming up next week at the Agenda Show. You guys should all come. It's going to be awesome. Shane would have a crazy Australian shoe. Like, what if Shane had a Crocs, but it had a Nike on the side because Crocs are from Australia? I mean, he would never do that. But anyway, we're not. Look, we're not. This isn't a Q&A, okay? This is all about justice. This is all about. Hey, did you know that DC kicked off Chris Cole, Mikey Taylor, and Felipe Gustavo years before their contracts were up, leaving their families in peril? You know, like, Mikey has 2 kids. Chris Cole has 2 kids. 2 kids? Yeah, it's 2. Felipe doesn't have 2 kids, but Felipe's from Brazil. You know what it's like to be from fucking Brazil? It's not like being from America. Luke, Steve for Dove. Yes, me for Dove. I love Dove. You guys have created... I'm reading and thinking at the same time. Did you guys know that? I might get assassinated. I mean, I'm sure. Look, there's some bullies. You guys don't understand. There's some fucking crazy bullies in the world of skateboarding. Like, crazy bullies. That stems back from, like, the early 90s, right? I'm not going to name any names, but there's some crazy fucking bullies. And now they just sort of aren't bullies anymore. And there was a while where, like, a lot of people wouldn't say anything about it, you know, and not that I ever would. I would never, like, you know, reveal anyone's personal secrets. People try to get personal about me, and it's pretty funny, considering that I, like, you know, try to be a nice guy, but I'm reading, sorry. What should we talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I'm reading everything. Anyway, there's a lot of bullies in skateboarding. They've existed for 20 years. And it's funny because now they're, you know, they're starting to not be bullies anymore. They kind of lost their power. But they try to exercise a little bit, the little bit that they have left. And part of that bullying, the little bit of power that they kind of had left, resulted in Felipe, Chris Cole, Mikey Taylor, what else? Who else? Davis Torgerson, all being let go, right? Costin is not a bully. See, I think you guys have it wrong. Like, you know, skaters don't make a lot of money. So when you hear a lot of fucking bullshit, when you hear someone who doesn't really know anything about skating and they talk a bunch of shit, sometimes it can be, like, a little sensitive. You know, you're like, fuck, man, I'm just trying to feed my family, and these guys are fucking attacking me, and why are they doing that? Is that going to affect my kid? Is that going to affect his life? Are other people going to think that I suck because this guy on Instagram or in some fucking forum, I'm not saying me, but I've had this feeling before, I don't really care anymore. But this is, you know, why skaters get a little bit upset over it sometimes. You know, it's because at the end of the day, they don't really fucking make Patrick O'Dell's a bully. That's pretty funny. I don't disagree with you. Paradox. Grip. Oh yeah, Mike Mo's off DC too, just so you know. Anyway, the point is, you know, because, look, if skaters made, like, shit that basketball players made, you know, where, you know, James Harden, how you gonna kick a dude off in the middle of taxis and no more check, but leave you with a big-ass tax bill? That's right, Tory Pudwell. That's fucking right. And in the middle of where nobody has a budget, so when these companies have to budget out what they're doing for the year, and you kick a guy off in the middle of the year, how's he supposed to get a fucking sponsor when there's no money in these companies? That's how you do it. That's how you do it if you want to be a fucking pussy, like the guy who runs DC. And you do that to one of the great two-time skater of the year, Chris Cole, Mikey fucking Taylor, who sold, like last year sold probably $10 million worth of shoes for DC. And I don't know, DC I don't think can afford to lose $10 million in business, yet they kicked Mikey Taylor off because he didn't fit in the marketing plan. Anyway, what are we talking about? Bullies. Okay, so because, I mean, Mikey didn't get $10 million, but that's about how much money came in DC, right, as a result of him making his shoe. But my point is that skaters don't really they don't make a lot of money. Like, I don't make a lot of money, you know, I think there were times where I made more money than others, but skaters don't make a lot of money. So when, you know, if you're a basketball player, if I was a basketball player and I was making, you know, I don't know, that James Harden, isn't that who just signed that $280 million deal? People could say shit to me all they want. They could post, you know, photos of me photoshopped with dicks in my mouth. I would give a shit less because I'd just be laughing all the way to wherever I'm going on my private plane. But that's not the case with skaters. Skaters are still, like, you know, trying to figure out, you know, if they can afford having a child, or if they can get married, or if they can pay their rent. So, you know, that's why I think sometimes when, you know, people have attacked Eric or myself or any other skaters that I've seen, like, talk out, like I saw this guy talk some shit to Lizard King the other day, and Lizard reposted it, and I thought that was pretty awesome because, you know, Lizard King is like a dude who's just out there trying to fucking skate as good as he can, and he's got a 2-year-old daughter that he's got to support, and some asshole is calling him a fucking fake skater, right? Well, I mean, what's a real skater? You know, it's like these guys wearing Thrasher shirts and Nikes. You know, either you're for one or the other. I don't know. You know, I don't fucking care. I'll wear Nikes all day long. I'm wearing Adidas right now, right? But I'm not gonna fucking claim that, you know, I'm fucking super core when everybody who skates and goes out there and bleeds for it every day and does the stuff that they do, including myself. How are you not a core skateboarder? You know? And all these guys talking shit about fucking scooters. You know, whatever. Scooters are lame. They're like rollerblading. But who cares? Right? Not everybody at 5 years old is super cool. You know, when you were 5, you're probably into a bunch of dumb shit. So give the scooter guys a break. I know it's annoying. And I probably have my own private skate park, so I don't have to deal with scooters, but maybe I'll have a scooter day there. See how many fucking people hate on me for it. But at the same time, I don't fucking care. Paradox, I didn't say that they weren't core. That wasn't the point. Derek Palacios, everything. It originated from him and a few other. Anyway, what else? You know, there's. I love all these guys who fucking talk a lot of shit in skating, and meanwhile they go out and if you knew like half of the shit that they do behind the scenes, you'd be fucking so let down. And everybody's a letdown, you know. I'm sure I'm a letdown to, you know, a lot of people who probably thought I was cooler than I really am, you know? And so, you know, I'm sure I've let people down. But my point is, thanks, Tori. I'm reading and I'm trying to talk at the same time. Because there's a point where there's a point in skateboarding all these years where I'm like, I better not say anything because you know what? Like, I'm always the guy that kind of like sticks up for people because they don't want to say anything and rock the boat. So I end up like, if the tour's going sour, I'm the one that yells at the fucking tour manager or the whoever's fucking up, right? I'm always seems to be the guy to fucking say something, you know. But I haven't like talked a bunch of shit about people because I don't think that's cool, and I'm still not going to talk a bunch of shit about people. But I don't actually give a fuck anymore. I don't care about sponsors. I don't fucking, you know, the people that we work with at the barracks are awesome. All those companies that some of you guys talk shit about, Nike, fucking New Balance, Diamond, fucking, they're all rad companies. And they support skating. And you're never going to see any of them kick dudes off 3 years before their contracts expired. You know what I mean? So I guess there's a time where like you build this platform, and the whole reason that I built the barracks was I just wanted to help people. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to help brands. I wanted to help skaters. You know, I wanted to do a lot of shit for people that never was done for Eric and I. And Eric had the same goal too. You know, he's had his own experiences where he was fucked over, where shit wasn't right, where whatever. There was a lot of mistakes made, whether they were with malice or not. The barracks was a way where we could figure out, you know, how to make up for all the things that weren't really great about our careers growing up. So that's why we created the barracks. And all you guys fucking hating on Nike, for real, fuck off. For real, fuck off. Nike sponsors people. They pay them well. They do tons of shit for skateboarding, you know, and I don't have any problem with it. In fact, I would think that skateboarding is probably better off immensely because there are people that look at Nike and go, well, Nike's involved with this. Maybe I should get involved with this, right? I mean, skateboard brands don't make a lot of money. And when I was a kid, I remember looking at skateboard brands and thinking like, okay, this is the only thing I'm into, skateboarding, right? I know about movies. I know about, you know, whatever, football, basketball, soccer, whatever. So I just figured a skateboard company was as big as any fucking company in the world. And then you find out when you grow up a little bit and you get into the skateboarding industry that these companies are like barely surviving, you know? And that's just the truth of it all, right? Like the barracks doesn't make a lot of money and it costs a lot of fucking money to keep it going. So we depend on working with all of these brands and doing really cool stuff together, and that's how skateboarding works, right? But now everybody is, you know, they're perfectly okay with giving all of everything away to Facebook, which owns obviously Facebook and Instagram, and Google, which owns YouTube, instead of building the industry, right? Skateboarding world, sorry, I got a call. I'm probably going to get 2 more calls at the same time. The skateboarding world suffers, right? Because these massive companies, not Nike, I mean, if everybody wants to fucking get mad about someone, they should get mad about fucking Instagram, about Facebook, right? Because they're the ones that's fucking ruining the skateboard industry. But they're also helping at the same time. You know, anyway. That's a whole other subject. It's getting dark. Should I turn on the light? Skaters need to buy more skate product. That's right, Tori Pudwill, they do. You know, buy stuff from Grizzly. Buy stuff from Diamond. I mean, look, just say something. I've seen people diss Diamond, right? Which is crazy. And I've seen a bunch of, random people wearing Diamond. I have. And that sucks. But it's also good for Diamond. It sucks sometimes, but like they're not in control of that. Bottom line is, Nick Trichet, the guy who owns Diamond, fucking loves skateboarding. And he would never do some shit like kick somebody off with 3 years left on their fucking contract and one of the greatest skateboarders alive. I just don't see him ever doing that. So you guys can talk shit all you want about some of these companies that you see on random people who aren't skateboarders. But at the end of the day, right? Hold on. At the end of the day, someone just said something to me. At the end of the day, that dude fucking loves skating, and he supports it. And I totally back that. What else? I hate to say it. Maybe I'm going to go on these, truth trees. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. Maybe that's time for me to say goodbye. Maybe that's time for me to say goodbye. It's so good to say goodbye. I don't know that song. Anyway, Tori Pudwill, thanks for tuning in. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in. What's my opinion on Zoomies? We'll get into that next time. Steezus, thanks for tuning in. We're going to do... Steezus, you want to do a fucking podcast with me? Let's do that. I'm totally down to do a podcast. And we need you back, dude. We need you back in some capacity of working with the barracks. Whatever it is, the fucking industry is so fucked right now. But people like you, you're awesome. So, listen. Barracks Podcast. Oh, Kalis wants to debate. Okay. The problem is, Josh, you'll probably try to get personal. So, I'm not trying to get personal with you. Because it's just sort of a cheap way of debating. But I'm sure someone texted you and said that I was sort of telling people what my conversations were with Mike. So, anyway, it's too dark. We'll debate about Zoomies later. But I still love you, Josh. You're just trying to fucking do what you got to do. I get it. Alright. I think it's too dark for you to see me. Everybody. Let me paint the walls in the barracks, please. Okay. You can do that. Anyway. See you guys. It's a little too dark now. Keeping it real.